I'm sorry about everything, but it's important. You have to tell Commander that I'm getting so laid. I'm logging off. Bye. I was not fooled for even a second that this would be useful. Really? Not even for a second? I no longer experience hope as a concept. You freed me from it. She's the worst. Ah, stop. I'm blushing. What do you want from me, Saturn? Do you know any discreet places to make out in on Aries? Goodbye, Saturn. Also, here's the test output to date. Saturn. Goodbye. He's so done all the time, it rules. Are you gonna read me the data analysis? If it is indeed data you are sending this time, and not just nudes. That's rude. I always ask before I send them to you. Shout out to all the trans girls who have, avatars with any of this art. You're so strong. I've been seeing you since 2015. I recognize them every time, except usually I'm just like, oh hey, it's that one character. Because I didn't know the difference between them yet. I feel like it's usually Jupiter, though. Anyway. I feel like I said that last week. Half your Tumblr mutuals. It really is just like that. Well, okay, so in case you don't talk to me 24/7, I have I got extreme, we know the devil brain and stayed up 5 hours later than I was supposed to talking about it. 3 a.m. Not 5, but quite a few. So this game is going to do things to me. Yeah, she's here already. You're good. I think I'm gonna just start. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Now the question is, who do we start with? Does it want me to use my controller? Come here. Oh, okay. Nope, just mouse. Saturn is a great introduction. I trust you. Oh shit. Wrong thing. I'm gonna unplug that. Saturn, faction, celestial mechanics, self-shipped string of pearls. Celestial mechanics reserve test pilot. Celestial mechanics want to advance humanity to its next stage. And Saturn wants to flirt, but there's no reason we can't do both. Combat style, button mashing. Bedroom style, button mashing. Might as well look at the others. Lunaterra, faction, Memorial Foundation, self-ship, mercury. Memorial Foundation ace pilot, fighting for the pilots to join the rest of humanity back on Earth before it's too late. Good at sniping, espionage, double-crossing, ghosting. Bad at loving herself, everything else. Some people know how I am about women with scars. I'm just, well, you know, I know where this is going. This is the exact character profile I go crazy over, so I'm excited. Pluto. Faction, Cradle's Graces, self-ship, Krun Macula. Cradle's Graces ultimate weapon pilot. Oh, I love when a sentence starts like that. Even if Earth has given up on new life for humanity in space, Cradle's Graces hasn't, and Pluto will make that dream come true. Likes, succulents, good girls. Crushing, both kinds. Everyone. Dislikes is trying very hard not to have any. Calliope only likes the kind of crushing that kills people. Oh, I have Arya with us. I had to play this game in the Arya Joy shirt. I might be just running ads for Friends of the Table the entire Go listen to Palisade, it fucks. No, actually, well, you have to listen to Partisan first, but... Well, okay, if we're gonna start with Saturn, let's start with Saturn. Ooh, wish I could read that. Welcome, Provisional Test Pilot Saturn. Your clearance is level 1. Testing. Testing and maintenance. You listen to Friends at the Table? You never talk about it. I'm gonna get you in real life. Warning. Potential damage to cockpit hardware detected. Warning. Modifying or tampering with cockpit hardware and or firmware is strictly prohibited. Mercury. Saturn, what are you doing? Notice. Bypass override accepted. You can't get me, I'm too tall. Well, that's true. Notice. Launch attempt blocked. No handshake with base. Oh, hey, Mercury. Not much. Warning. Launch attempt blocked. Base handshake spoof detected. Oh my god, she's just trying to get out. Love it. Just hacking the OS root of this chip self. You? Notice. Base handshake... Base handshake accepted. Trying to stop some brat from hijacking the prototype, apparently. Notice. Emergency launch override initiated. Prepare for launch in T-minus 120 seconds. Calm down, Mercury. I'm just borrowing it. I am not debating, and I am trying to save your life. The commander will be furious, and he won't just accept you stealing the Cornerstone project from the designated pilot. It's not a big deal. I'll have it back before you know it. This is privileged information, but the designated pilot has to launch right this second to get that machine back to Earth before they get here. This is the worst possible time. It couldn't be worse if you planned it. Everyone in the system suddenly somehow knows the base's location, and they're heading here now. Notice, user launch override blocked. Denied by base. Oh, wow. Weird. How did that happen? Notice, user launch override blocked. Denied by base. User launch. You planned it, didn't you? You forgot an apostrophe. Oh my god, what a little shit. Love her already. Notice, base override. Remote shutdown in 30 seconds. No one can prove anything, especially not the designated pilot unconscious in Locker 27. Most and best Brad in space. Yeah. Oh, you like Saturn? I'm not surprised, Lorelei. Whoops, looks like they're trying to kick me out, huh? Saturn, I know you're mad, but you can't do this when they catch you. It's going to be so bad. Can you please act like them? Please act like you're just pranking them. There's still time. I will beg them. Such a worry war. You've got hours to evacuate to the capital ship. They'll never engage you this far from base, and I'll be distracting them. I have it all figured out. Except for how you're going to do anything at all to accomplish that with everyone trying to kill you. Notice, base override, remote shutdown in 20 seconds. Saturn. Try to have a little faith. Shutdown in 15 seconds. Saturn! Calm down, jeez. It doesn't take a genius to drive one of these things to the moon. Who cares which one of us does it? Or do you think I can't? Shutdown in 10. That is not the issue! The commander cares, and you know better than anyone what he's like. 9. Oh boy, here comes the fucking... The Epidus will just have to get used to it. 8. Saturn, what are you trying to prove? 7. 6. So much Mercury. 5. But give me a little credit. Obligatory fuck you, Epidus. I will find out. 4. 3. I have much higher ambitions than just being a bitch. Error. IFF sequence missing. Base override cancelled. I almost got worried for a sec. Welcome. Assigned pilot. Full permissions granted. Saturn, I'm going to die, and it will be your fault. Oh, come on. I'll get this to the moon safe and sound. And let the Severance project be complete. It'll be very good, maybe, and do everything I'm supposed to. Maybe. I know I'm the second choice, but they'd rather have that than nothing, right? Very generous of me, isn't it? They will not accept that. They'll sort of have to, though, won't they? If Command didn't want me to steal one, they shouldn't have benched me indefinitely. Warning, emergency launch initiated. Let me know when he starts admitting it. Warning, hostile launch. Catapult locks on. High risk of damage to your ship self. Jeez, now they're just being needy. Mercury isn't it just the worst when someone who doesn't care anymore starts clinging just because you found someone new? I haven't seen Ava yet, but Lorelei's gonna make me no, not gonna make me watch it. I'm gonna watch it with Lorelei at some point. It's gonna be a good time. Notice, prepping weapon systems. Electrotoxin levels surging. Weapons operational. So gross. Emergency launch initiated. Saying LOL out loud is just like, okay. I can't believe I really did it. I really, really did it. You're gonna see if I be like each Pebble Rewind moment instead of the other way around. I know some stuff, but like, there's a lot of Evangelion. I don't know if you know this. Apparently though, there's way more Starlight. Oh, I love my Brainworms anime of choice. Found out there's 8.5 stage plays today. Everyone who said if I was good I'd get my chance again sure was a liar. Starlight's just Ava for theater dorks? You know? Knowing you have brainworms about it, about how they, intersect. 8.5. Well, 8 3/4. There's 8 stage plays. There's one half stage play that they did during the pandemic. That's a prequel to the 3rd stage play. No, we're gonna watch the second one and then do Madoka. The second one in the concert. I am amazed that it managed to get up there, honestly, but I'm really, really, really happy to hear that. Like, it's good. It's just like... Oh, Near Lore, my beloved. It's... Okay, so... I know Homestuck, I know Nier, I know a lot of bullshit, except for Ava. It's really funny. Nier lore. Ugh, I'm gonna play Replicant at some point. I need to. I need to see my favorite girl and Emil. Yeah, I'm that kind of nerd. I had to do something on the internet. I should play this game. I got away and I've got a ship and she's on mine. Yeah, I did replace my whole brain with the brainworms. You're beautiful. I want to know everything about you. You can fix me. I'm fixable. I'm so fixable. I will watch Ava with you and it'll be great. I miss this so much. Much better than the test machines when I was in the academy. She is beautiful. She's a wicked machine with a lot of secrets, and just as giddy as her pilot to be free. She's extremely responsive, eager to do everything Saturn wants. Girl who has seen a lot of Pokemon, nothing else. Getting a lot of Mewtwo vibes from this mech. You're even worth reading the manual for. What's in you? You're not hiding anything from me, are you? People be saying that. I mean... It's the ears. It's really the ears and it being curled up. Or her being curled up. Curled up. I like how the mech is wearing big stompy combat boots. That's gay culture. But Saturn already knows everything in the manual and more. It's a very cagey document that doesn't do the ship justice, and it's certainly hiding something. Pokemon nerds will see a cat girl and go, is this Mewtwo? Yeah, it's true. I see a cat girl and go, I need Meowscarada in real life right now. Pokemon gave me 2 perfect cats, and I will love them forever. Sometimes a family is a gay girl and her wife and her wrestler cat and her magician cat. There's plenty of information on how to use her electromagnetic poisons and how to cheat distance and gravity, and all of that is fun, but none of that tells her the first thing about how to be a ship. I love when people just say what mechs can do. This is useless. Oh, a Sprigatito? Yeah. Yeah. How can this help diagnose anything when they don't know the first thing about being a ship? So wrong. Why'd you try? It's not what it's like at all. It's a body that's also a soul. It means exactly what it is. That's why it's small, curved and wicked edges in some places, but curved in soft ways elsewhere. Sharp claws and deadly tail, but cute enough to hug. The weed cat. It's the weed cat that evolves into the magician cat with thigh highs. So perfectly suited for Saturn, one has to understand exactly why they wouldn't give it to her. Really perfect. It's better than a human body. That's Max. We're in it. We're in it. God, I love this genre so fucking much. Oh, so ready to run Armor Stir. So. That's reason enough to disobey everyone and run off with it, isn't it? Oh, speaking of. Bang! Bang scene. Oh, women with fangs. Aw, more threatening emails from Iapetus. Iapetus? Oh. Okay, what moon is this? Need to learn. Is this Greek or Latin? It is moon of... Oh, wait, no, this is the myth. That's not helpful. That's not what I want. It is moon of Saturn. Yeah, that makes sense. Iapetus. Iapetes. Wait. No. Iapetus. Okay, cool. Thanks, Greek. I gave him a perfectly good deal for someone who always goes on about mutually beneficial arrangements. He's really having trouble seeing the big picture. In the time it takes him to realize that, I'm sure I can find something fun to do in this system. Time to test you out and see if it's really true. Can you give me everything I want, down to the last drop? That's horny. Mechpost.txt. It's January 1st, 1980. and the long and cold war where humanity united against its nemesis, an existential threat from beyond the stars, has been over for a long time. Since the 50s, we've been fighting a war against an existential threat that we cannot understand, cannot perceive, and is powerless against the technology of Earth. Oh, this is very Ava, I see. That is a pretty stupid sort of war to fight, isn't it? When there's enough of a mess down here to worry about. Humanity is already the undisputed authority of reality, and we have the physics to prove it. It's time to return to Earth, our home, the seat of the universe. Before Earth takes us back in pieces, let's go home with grace. On the first anniversary of the decommissioning of the International Space Program, we, Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety, in agreement with our home planet's unanimous decision, declare there is no future for humanity in space. Let's come home. The Return Resolution, Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. Yeah, good Gundam politics moment. I'm sure this whole game is horny. It's about mechs. It's January 1st, 1981. It's been 1 year since we declared independence from Memorial Foundation and the rest of Earth. The Cold War is officially over, and it feels so light without their gravity weighing us down. How can a tiny handful of colonies, terraformers, and schools hold out against the full authority of Earth? Because that shit doesn't fly past escape velocity. To power the ship selves we made to fight the Cold War, we made tidal resonators to bring the gravity necessary for humans and culture. I love when they give me a proper noun. To survive in space. And that gravity is ours now. Enough to make a new world, free from the weight of Earth. If Memorial Foundation wants to kill the future, they'll have to come and take it from us. We're thankful for our Cradle's graces, but we're not coming back. Independence Declaration, Cradle's Graces. Oh my god. It's January 25th, 1981. Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces have been having fun for a little over a year, and nothing is breaking the stalemate. Earth is getting impatient. They have good reason to believe that the existential threat posed by a divided humanity in space is much greater than any theoretically malevolent entity outside the native sphere. While the kids are fighting, Earth is getting ready to list the humans remaining in space as part of the existential threat, and when they do, they'll send real weapons and end this war fought with plastic toys. Their justification? We are technically less than 100% human, just not human enough to be something else. It's hard to believe they're really onto us. It's time to make a drastic move. Bring our final piece, the prototype ship self string of pearls we made in the atmosphere of the planet Cronus, which will never be Saturn, to the lunar gravity well, where Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces are already heading. Whoever controls that place controls human access to space. We can be sure everything will be in place there. Earth or space, we are just short of 100% human. So let's just see how much less than 100% we can get. Internal report, Celestial Mechanics. This game is so fucking good already. They call us less than 100% human? I wonder why transgender people love this game. You normal about transhumanism, Lorelei? Saturn, mission select. Saturn return. In the strange gravity of the abandoned Daphnis lab, Saturn lies in wait for the looming threat of Pluto's mysterious ship. But what are they after, and will they get it? Or, Joyride Killjoy. I don't even know. I don't even know. Weaving in and out of the sixth planet's rings, Memorial Foundation's ace, Lunaterra, plays cat and mouse with the renegade ship thief Saturn. Oh, I want to play Armor Stir so bad. What's in my mail? Subject, your apparent promotion. Celestial Mechanics Division Lead. Iapetus. God, I already forgot. Good job, Saturn. There's no point in being angry with you, so I'll just choose to be proud of you instead. I'll refrain from having you sunk, since that's counterproductive to our intentions for that unit. You were a reserve candidate after all, so you'll do fine. Try not to make it too much of a pain in the ass for me. I'll have Mercury reassigned to you since... Oh, excuse me. He apparently doesn't have a say in the matter. How nostalgic. The two of you had so much potential. Well, he knows how to do his job at least. Do your best not to get the string of pearls sunk. We'll absolutely wash you out of the biological interface and reassign you permanently if we get the chance, so prove you're competent enough and neither of us will have wasted our time. Iapetus, Division Lead, Celestial Mechanics. Truce ending effective immediately. Origin, Native Sphere Mass Communication. Memorial Foundation Existential Safety. To all members of the former Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Research Division, now known as Celestial Mechanics, this message serves as a formal acknowledgement that this branch has violated our trust and broken the provisions of the 1981 Memorial Foundation Consensus by violating Clause 3, the development of a variable gravity engine, and Clause 7, installation of a variable gravity engine into the ship self string of pearls. Celestial Mechanics will no longer be listed as part of Memorial Foundation. They will be formally relisted as an independent entity and considered a true existential threat by Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. We are still offering forgiveness, so please defect as soon as possible while the appeal grace period is still in effect. Please otherwise can expect tidal retaliation for existential endangerment of human culture. Halamede, Princess, Memorial Foundation, Native Sphere, Existential Safety. Comms. Allie Mansion. Mercury, don't talk to me. You literally messaged me first, you nerd. OMG. Insufferable horror creature. Forward all complaints to Mercury. Mercury, a boy in space on purpose. Consummate bridge bunny, not responsible for Saturn. Harpy. Come on, baby. I'm sorry. What can I do to make it up to you? Give back the ship. Come on. I'm obviously not doing that. Please, I'm begging you. Listen to reason. You have so much left to live for. Oh, Mercury, come on. We both know that's not true. What do you want from me? Yeah, the little chat bios are amazing. A list of girls who will shoot me out of orbit. That's hot. God. Anyways, don't be a crybaby. I'm fine. Saturn, you're extremely wrong if you think there's a chance that I am at all worried about you. If you come back at all, we'll be forgiven, but you need to bring it back. She's so right for this. Mercury, it's been fun playing, but I don't think you've been listening at all. Mercury, it's not that ship anymore. It's me. Mercury, you wouldn't ask me to give up my own self, would you? I'm sailing on a ship of myself now, and I'm not giving it up until gravity drags me back, kicking and screaming. I can't deal with you. Aw, thanks, baby. Kiss, kiss. You're a nightmare, and I'm giving up trying to save you from yourself. I love you. I hate you so much. You can't stay mad at me. I can't, and it's horrible, but my revenge will come because literally everyone else in the universe can. Oh, darn. Guess I should have fun while it lasts. Saturn, if you defect, I cannot protect you. Iapetus is furious, and he's going to come personally for you if you don't come back. I told you I'd do all the missions. What? What? Don't you believe me? Obviously not. Well, fair. Okay, let me ask this. Do you think I'd ever give up on the Aversion Project? Go on. Iapetus wanted us to fight for a new self beyond a ship self, but not even get a taste until the end? Fuck that. My house now. My city now. Tell me, which of the two of us you trust less, Mercury? Logs the fuck off. Day 1. Boot up. Saturn. Welcome, Divisional Test Pilot Saturn. Your clearance is level 1, testing and maintenance. Warning, potential damage to cockpit hardware detected. Warning, modifying or tampering with cockpit hardware and okay. We did this. Okay, cool. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. Thank you. Took me a second. Like, ooh, more? No, the log is the log. Alignment. Oh. They're making a mistake. They're showing me a chart. They're showing me a fucking chart. Okay, mission select. I'm so tempted to do this one. Weaving in and out of the 6th planet's rings, Memorial Foundation's ace, Lunaterra, plays cat and mouse with renegade ship thief Saturn. Launch. Oh, good. Please tell me how long you're going to be engaged with this. May I stress again, incredibly dangerous. Giant waste of time. Until they start sending someone interesting after me, Mercury. The whole fleet would be after you. Oh, sorry. The whole fleet would be after you if you hadn't damaged the entire launch hangar when you stole that. Could they even take me out while I'm flying this thing? No, but it won't stop them from trying. And let me stretch this info packet as a gift purely to prevent your ship self from falling into enemy hands, and not an indication of any sort of forgiveness. Let me worry about Iapetus, Mercury. He's gonna be a lot less grumpy when I clear the way for us and celestial mechanics to return to the native sphere. I've got it all figured out. You absolutely don't, but okay. Did you read the info packet? Ace Memorial Foundation pilot Lunaterra in hot pursuits with escorts planned an attack on the lab, arrived after you escaped. Do not engage under any circumstances. Boring. But this part was good. I don't expect you to control your impulses, but even given that you're just like that, she is the last person you should be trying to fight on purpose. Sounds like I should definitely fight her on purpose, right? I hate you. Oh, come on. The carrier's never gonna make it out of the system if I don't. You don't know how to pilot your ship, and she's a veteran since the Cold War. You're going to get yourself captured and humiliated and the ship trashed. Oh, humiliated, you say? So you're saying there's no downside? Good. Why are you doing this to me? And she's 6'1", huh? Your attention to detail is so useful sometimes. Holy shit. 6'1". All mean women. You're using me to cruise? Your taste is so awful. Oh, I hate you. Oops, looks like one of our escorts is in range. Sorry, gotta go. Surprise is all I've got, you know? Listen, I'm 5'2". Tall women who will humiliate me, you say. I wish Europa would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves. Having fun dismantling my escorts. With the string of Pearl's fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature out of the poor ship's arm she's holding. A souvenir of the last Lunaterra's escorts that she sent crying too easily back to their base. It's still sparkling and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat. This game's super horny. Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them. She's so fucked up, I love it. She's such a freak. Love this freak. Oh, I suppose Europa's learned her lesson about sending me girls who can't control themselves. Oh, really? Hey, that's really interesting. Mind telling me more? Oh, she's a hacker too. How amusing. There's nothing too interesting on this comm frequency. Aw, you flatter me. But hey, what did that mean exactly? The part about the girls who can't control themselves? I really want to hear more. It means back that talk up first. Or, can you land a hit off the comms? Lunaterra's gravitational field focuses to a single point. Lunaterra isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so has her ship, followed always by a thin trail from a bleeding wound she could never completely repair. Good. The mercury is over 2 decades old. Oh, hey, that's fun that they named the wound after the one of the lunar craters. I like that. Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished. The archetypal prototype for all other ship selves, still going after all these years. She's got so much trauma. I love her. Still furiously untouchable. The string of pearls hasn't gone down no matter how much she's been rammed with that spear, but she still hasn't even nicked Lunaterra's ship once. Yeah, I'm picking up what the game is saying. Not bad at all for a joyride, but you can't get one hit in. Good thing you don't win by looking cool. No mercy for newbies? No. Lunaterra puts a stake of solid light through the string of Pearl's leg, pins it to its own gauze wrapper. It doesn't hurt at all. The ship's metals begin molding and reforming around the wound immediately. A ridiculous, unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she is trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, and in the quiet gleam of that always bleeding ship. No, stabs you. Can you let me, please let me have a handicap? No, die. That's a pretty amazing ship. Think it'll last? Either you're fighting just for fun, or because you're that reckless. Or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you'd beat me for sure if I played around. I'm not done yet. That's not true. It's actually very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg, but she's not going to let that stop her. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be. Claws bubbling, but Lunaterra effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest. She's so sexy for this, actually. I love when war criminals show no mercy. Fictionally. In mechs. Real life sucks shit. Bad. I like fucked up traumatized mech pilots. Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you, so your movement's off. Doesn't seem to have stopped you that much. Right. It was so rude of them to try and stop me. It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it. Same as you, right? Do I know you? Everyone knows the Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. But do I know you? Ugh. So I do, don't I? Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you. Why should I? Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight? Can you promise it'll go different? Oh, she's so thirsty. I can promise it'll be more fun. You are asking me to totally abandon my duty to bring you back and do that instead? Why, you won't? The legendary pilot who defected from Memorial Foundation, then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for, can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy. I guess you do know me. Want to trust each other? Or is it more fun if we don't? It's more fun if they do, and Saturn gets embarrassed. Betray. Outcome favors Memorial Foundation. It's more fun if they don't, and Lunaterra gets owned. Loyal. Outcome favors Celestial Mechanics. Saturn getting embarrassed is tempting. Maybe I'll start just taking the CM path. Lunaterra gets owned. Celestial Mechanics advances, opening futures, closing portals. I'm impressed. Most people would be nervous to have a knife this near their throat. Oh, her mech rocks. It's not like you can hurt it. There's nothing to be nervous about, is there? That's true. Oh, closing paths, not portals. Oops. I didn't read it fast enough. But you're so new to this. I thought your brain would be overriding the information from the ship. Maybe I'm not new to this. Oh, you were a candidate, so I think that might be true. But you're also trembling, so I think it's not completely true. I'm still very dangerous, you know, Lunaterra. I believe that for sure. You wouldn't be trembling if were you in your shoes? If you were in my shoes? Less so. People tremble for a lot of reasons, though. I don't have anything to fear, so please don't project that on me. Oh, well, if you're fearless, what is it then? Hey, I'm scary, I promise! You wouldn't hurt a little guy! It could be anticipation, couldn't it? This is very foolish of me. It really is. I have you right where I want you, remember? That might mean I have you too. Your claws are twitching. That's gay. I thought we promised not to trust each other. I still don't. And you must really like living dangerously if you're still helping me. I'm having fun. I can tell. If you want to know so bad, that's why I didn't like you. Because you were a test pilot, never got to fly before the end of the Cold War, while idiots like me got to? Oh, I thought so. That's enough. Hold still. They're so right for this. They're flirting so hard, and I'm here for it. Everyone let you have as much fun as you wanted. You were a real huge jerk. I was always jealous of that. Everyone who let me get away with it regrets it now. There, done. Thanks! For all your hard work, I should leave you something to remember me by. Oh, ready to fight for real? I sorta already did. And Saturn has left a claw scratch of hot pink poison seeping on Mercuricium's thigh. How's that? I finally did get a hit on you. Huh, good job. They break away, rocketing. Just a little love bite. No one can prove they did a little late treason unless they both say so. Pay me back for it next time. Trust me, I will. Day 2. Subject: Pilot Candidate 007 Mercury Interviews. Origin: Memorial Foundation, Celestial Mechanics, Extracted. Generation 3 Pilot Intake. Don't worry, it's just a checkup. Historically untrustworthy scenario. It's just questions, I promise. That's not really a great way to set my mind at ease. Let's just answer the questions, okay, wise guy? Fine. Have you experienced a sense of vertigo or loss of balance for a period lasting more than 2 minutes in the last month? No. Has your eating habits changed at all recently? Have. No. No. Mercury, work with me. Please. Why? You work with me. If I absolutely promise neither I nor anyone else will do anything at all to stop you from being exactly who you want, or from whatever changes you need, will you at least answer my questions? Sometimes. Maybe. Okay, that's good enough for me. We're just curious if it's a side effect of life in space, or the educational programming of Dr. Nix, or in reference to the behavior of Iapetus. No, that's backwards. Everyone else seems to get to do whatever they want without limits in space. Why is it weird when I do it? We want to test for the effects of space alone, so self-induced changes have to be controlled for. Don't ask what's in my endocrine system. It's my endocrine system. Fine, it's testosterone, and I put it there because I wanted it. Is that enough? Well, I guess it's what I needed to know. If you promise not to ask me about it again, I'll give you all the data I cataloged about the changes. Okay, I get it. You're starting to get it. Stop treating me like a girl, and I'll know you really got it. Subject. Recommended tactics. Origin. Extracted from Nereid OS. Ship self. String of pearls. Documentation. Good for this boy. The string of pearls is configured for specific outward expressions of gravity, tidal forces. The dissonant rhythm of this reactor makes peaceful tidal communication risky and difficult. Be cautious despite the range and the penetration this unit is capable of. The electromagnetic conductors have liquefied the electrical energy into a corrupting material, a form of theoretical matter that should be used as the primary engagement tool. As a seducer saboteur model, oh, we need more mechs called seducers. The unit's functions are inherently insidious. Rather than armor, the plastics are infinitely malleable and regenerate. It is safer to take damage head-on as an opportunity to infect rather than avoid, but the unit can be contained, restrained, and impeded physically and tidally. Sickest mech in the world. Mercury, listen, it's an emergency. I'm sorry about everything, but it's important. String of pearls could slot into Lancer pretty easily, yeah. I think that a seducer unit is fucking delicious in Armor Stir. I have Armor Stir brain because I'm about to run Armor Stir in a couple of weeks. Well, more than a couple. I like mechs. I'm sorry about everything, but it's important. You have to tell Commander that I'm getting so laid. I'm logging off. Bye. I was not fooled for even a second that this would be useful. Really? Not even for a second? I no longer experience hope as a concept. You freed me from it. She's the worst. Stop. I'm blushing. What do you want from me, Saturn? Do you know any discreet places to make out in on Ares? Goodbye, Saturn. Also, here's the test output to date. Saturn. Goodbye. He's so done all the time, it rules. Are you gonna read me the data analysis? If it is indeed data you are sending this time, and not just nudes. That's rude. I always ask before I send them to you. I don't mind acting as the official art director of Saturn's nudes since you need it so badly, and it's substantially less tedious than data analysis. That's good for you, buddy. But if you were as punctual about sending data as cockpit selfies, I would have a lot more data to report. Why are you so incredulous all the time? You stole the prototype. Might I remind you? You can't just continue the field testing as if nothing happened. Why not? Because why would you do anything you didn't want to do? Shocking lack of Saturn cockpit selfies fan art. That's depressing. I see what she pilots in. This woman's tits are out in that cockpit. Good emoji. What are you planning? Oh, fine. They've been dying for it anyway. Oh no! Oh. Nightbot punctuation. Always gets you. Cool, how'd I do? Ugh, this is not bad. It's pretty useful. He typed through tears. Don't rub it in. I can't believe your ship self's expanded so much already. What have you been doing with it? I think I've been hinting very clearly how. Saturn says she's just vibing and she means her cockpit is making very loud buzzing noises during the entire cockpit combat. Oh, is it now? vibrating seats. You're supposed to test the prototype in combat. Same difference. I can't believe we invented a ship designed to get into trouble and didn't think, oh, Saturn is the obvious choice for this. We both know why. You were an even more obvious choice than me. Fuck Iapetus for throwing us both out like trash. Come on, aren't you a little happy to see a little havoc in his perfect garden? I'll be looking forward to you collecting new data. Attaboy. Just leaves. Saturn return. In the strange gravity of the abandoned Daphnis lab, Saturn lies in wait for the looming threat of Pluto's mysterious ship. But what are they after, and will they get it? Launch. They're dynamic rocks. What do you mean I can feel her presence? Please do not try to sound that cool. I can feel her presence. Everyone can feel her presence. I can feel it right now. How could you possibly even ignore something like that? Shut up. I mean, I can feel it physically. Oh. Wait, what? Like, how? Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It's like I'm spinning upside down and can't stop. Are you sure you haven't somehow concussed yourself or given yourself gravity sickness from all the damage you've managed to inflict on yourself in the past 12 hours? Yes, and it's on top of that, and also, shut up. String of Pearls is feeding me sensory information on the direct line. I'm a human being with 5 senses, and she's trying to cram a dozen more into me. By a direct line, you are in fact talking about the extremely creepy physical interface connection between you and the String of Pearls, correct? It really, really is, right? It's truly incredible how we agree about everything and still feel the opposite about it. Is this why you keep hesitating before giving me intel? Yes, because you're going to do the opposite of what you should do with it, and also I can't not tell you, because you might die, so running support for you is an incredibly anxiety-inducing affair. It must be hard. Thank you for acknowledging it. So, you gonna tell me what's after me? You've already figured it out, haven't you? But yes, it's that Cradle Grace's masterwork. This boy can fit so many neuroses. Me too, TVH. Celestial Mechanics traded the knowledge for how to finish the String of Pearls in exchange for what they needed to finish the Krun Macula. It would be pretty funny if they got us this way in the end. It's headed directly to the lab. We've already evacuated on the capital ship, but you are in its highest priority. Should I play bait? If anything, it's more important for you to get back to the native sphere first. In order for us to make contact, we need the String of Pearls. We believe if you hide in the abandoned Daphnis lab, you can use the decaying gravity furnace for cover. Aw, that's sensible. But bait sounds like a lot more fun, you know? Really? Oh, come on. Iapetus must think their pilot's a real idiot if she's going to waste her time on a wild goose chase like that. He wouldn't just sacrifice you like that. He would. There must be backups for making contact. Just because I'm the easiest option doesn't mean I'm the only one. He's testing to see if I'm worth investing in or if I'm just going to get myself killed. Why run? Why not have it out with her? I bet she's thinking the same thing too. Be careful, Saturn. You can tell what they're thinking. They can tell what you're thinking. Please, if I really could do something like that, they wouldn't have kicked me out of the pilots. Then, how do you know the pilot's a she? Because boys can't pilot. Daphnis, the tiny shepherd moon, so small it barely earns the name, tumbles through the Keller Gap, ruffling the rings of the planet it orbits. It houses the last official laboratory of Earth's decommissioned space program, training ground of failures like Saturn, and special girls like Pluto. Saturn remembers it feeling cramped, anxious, and scary. No, wait. Pluto remembers it that way. Saturn remembers when it used to feel so special to be chosen, a candidate for the last generation of pilots. But didn't Pluto feel that way too? Sometimes two things are true. In this place, gravity is quietly degenerating, and distances are becoming ambiguous between past and present, between me and you. The Daphnis lab seems smaller to Saturn now. No, not as tiny as it feels to Pluto, and that's obvious. No longer people-sized, she tears through it like worms in an apple. There's a much bigger worm here. She doesn't know anymore if this was a good idea. What was a good idea? Saturn doesn't have any ideas. She's just trying to hide. Even though there's no place where you cannot be felt by me. Alert! Tidal resonance. IFF confirms enemy. Warning. Gravitational hazard. Danger. Pressure exceeding safe range. I know, it's extremely excruciating. Stop making me nervous. Supermassive. Small enough to hide in this complex, but with a dual reactor denser than the entire moon compressed into the head of a pin. An hour ago, and Saturn felt the gravitational pull of something so big and so close and so powerful, the interior of her cockpit creaked with the pressure, and her head, heart, and eyes welled up with tears. I love Max. Something that couldn't be anyone other than Pluto. Cool, she must be pretty big, huh? So why is she so hard to find? Saturn has no idea. Why do I have this feeling someone's laughing at me? No one is laughing at Saturn. The lab's been abandoned for years. But Pluto, wherever she is, giggles. Not in a mean way. She really does think it's cute. I haven't thought about Pluto in a long time. Oh man, it would be really funny if she was in that monster. Well, no. Now someone is laughing at Saturn. Hey! Now I know someone's here. I can feel you listening. But I can hear you too. And I can catch you. You're not the only one who can fuck with the narrative. Narrow escape. Loyal. Outcome favors the mechanics. Mutually assured destruction. Outcome favors Cradle's graces. Narrow escape. Opening futures, closing pasts. It's easiest not to get caught if you don't care about catching anything. It's just about knowing there isn't a difference. And focusing deeper. And focusing deeper. The real celestial mechanics, the interactions of body and space via the first forces of gravity. The weight of mass and culture. Explained by the story behind them. That's just science. With your own gravity, reach out and pull. Good girl. You know just what to do. Do you like what you caught? The Krun macula towers over Saturn. Pluto's ship is so big it barely fits in the lab complex, but it's only a speck compared to how big it feels. Massive enough to warp local space-time, humming and vibrating with nebula dust, and absolutely, effortlessly gentle. Without Pluto's most delicate touch, the Krun macula would have destroyed Saturn and the whole complex without even trying. How much do you trust it? I knew you'd be right behind me or something. If you did, how come you're not facing this way? I'm an idiot, I guess? You've come a long way just to be an idiot. You must know exactly what this ship can do, right? Did you come to fight me on purpose? That's really brave. And really cute. If you can touch me, I can touch you. So, I'm not getting close. You came all this way not even to fight? Aw, that's not cute at all. But it is smart. Hey, don't underestimate me. I'm scary. Oh, you think? Maybe I believe you. You things can also be scary. But I'm curious now. I was worried you were going to waste your chance, smugging your new machine, but you're pretty clever. You want to talk without fighting? If you're good. Otherwise, I'll bite. She's still scary. Oh no, don't bite me. So, what did you want to talk about? As Cradle Grace's glittering psychic death machine, you definitely have more important things to do than get out of your way to bully me. Saturn, that's bait, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Yeah. You definitely have more important things to do than go out of your way to bully me for no reason, right? Oh, that's right. That man and the fleet are escaping, aren't they? Hope you don't mind falling for this trap. Trap? You silly. I know you're more important than that. More than catching the rest of the Celestial Mechanics fleet? I knew this would be fun. And you knew it too. I am absolutely delighted about you doing that, just to be clear, so that you don't have to read my mind to roast me about it. I can't read minds. You know it's not how it works. But I also don't need to know that. But I did want to know how the biggest overachiever of my juniors turned into such a bad girl. If you really remembered me, you'd remember I wasn't ever good. I do remember you. Even if you're not that good at being bad. Do you know what you're doing? With that machine that's so dangerous we don't even want to find out what it does? I think you answered your own question about why I'm keeping it. Are you gonna stop me then? But you don't want me to? Hey, stop. Don't pry into me. If you're pitying me, I'll make you regret it. Not all of us come out perfect like you. Some of us get thrown out before they see any use at all. I won't pity you. I really would have torn this machine apart. But now that I'm here, gifted little mutant, I can't bear to. Because some of us just haven't been thrown out yet. Lab-grown girls like us should stick together. Dead girls recognize each other. I might still make you regret it. Winning isn't my most important task. It's not yours either. Are you sure about that? You're not the one I'm worried about. It's only your boss that I can't forgive. Oh, I love hearing that. Tell me more. I'm getting a crush already. Regretting it now? Oh, she's sweating. Don't worry. There's nothing you can make me regret. Ever since the day Mars began, Mars has been doomed. No, there will never be a planet Mars. That's a name reserved for places where human life, gravity, and culture reign. This is just bitter Aries, but like the stringy, inedible weeds that grow when nothing else does, Cradle's Graces is dug in and we can't get them out. The colonies are wrecked, the terraforming engines are broken, the gravity furnaces are out of control. There's no resources left on this planet, no strategic value. This planet doesn't even exist. It's an inert rock. There's no point in fighting. There's no need to fight. Ship selves can't keep you alive alone forever, and even if that was the case, we could leave tomorrow and claim victory. Most of the Memorial Foundation and NSES fleet already did. That's why there's barely any of us left and we can't get them out. What? Why don't I go home too? And leave all those idiots to just fucking die on a rock? Who do you think we're doing this for? External communication sent on August 31st, 1978 by Memorial Foundation troops. Hey, it's not like we're idiots. We know we're doomed. This planet still doesn't fulfill the requirements for human life, and life is just the start anyway. Don't you know that gravity is something more important? You do understand celestial mechanics, right? Matter is made up of tiny particles, but enough of it exerts gravity that stitches the universe together. Culture is made of tiny humans, and enough of it together can decide what's real and what isn't. Yeah, it's good that they're all like, this sucks. But we're in love with women who also fight us. Yeah, Good. It really is quite fucked up that this is how decisions about humans get made. Enough humans can decide anything, and that it'll be true, even about what's human and what's not. They don't even have to wait for the deadline. They've already decided that any human without their feet planted on the earth is in fact not a human. That's a pretty usual thing for humans to do. No differences of any kind need to exist. We'll just be aliens, and then they'll send the real military after us, and we'll die. But if we just hold the line here for a princess to get through and make it to the moon, she'll open up the gravity well, and then we get to decide. Internal communication sent on January 25th, 1981 by Cradle's Grace's Irregulars. It's morning on Ares. But what's time and space? If we can get our capital ship launched and refueled, the prototype retrofitted with the final equipment, we'll have everything in place. Keep out of the canyons of Mars where Cradle's Graces and Memorial Foundation are bickering. Hold the city ruins against invaded troops, and make sure that no one tries to set the oxygen ocean on fire while we refuel. It's a pretty thankless job. But me? I can't wait to see what happens. This is the most exciting space has ever been. Before we got here, this was a dead rock, but the best we could have ever hoped for was Earth in a different place. Who needs that? Far in the distance, the moon's gravity well shines. If no one controls it before the deadline is up, Earth will take drastic steps to ensure that humanity is not divided. What they're afraid of happening, we will ensure that it happens. We'll finally have something alien in space. Private communication sent on January 26th, 1981 by a celestial mechanics researcher. Day 3. Root corruption. That's not good. Error. Mission parameters not detected. Mission results. Needed for gravitational slingshot permissions. Navigation shortlist not found. Manual inject / mission results.txt. Mission parameters found. All results perfect and amazing. Wow. Thank you, Saturn. Flight path generating. Fleet path Cronus orbit refuel on planet Ares Lagrange colony pass. Classified operation Earth's moon. New standing orders coming in. Ares, guard Celestial Mechanics fleet refueling on Ares oxygen ocean. Ares, stay out of trouble and do not engage Memorial Foundation troops patrolling in immediate vicinity. Accept orders? No. Error, cannot proceed. Manual inject. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effects. Prepare for immediate launch to Ares. Oh, I see what we're doing here. The higher this goes up, the more gravity we control. Good. Very good. Which means... Oh, are we gonna make a black hole? Interesting. Very, very good design for a graph. Or, like, just, yeah, I love it. Subject, Celestial Mechanics Fleet Main, Misfire Transmission, Author, Junk Data Error. Oh my god, sorry for getting back to you so late, but I was in the middle of a meeting. My phone buzzed so much the director asked me if I needed to take a call. I swear you do this on purpose, person. I don't think you really need feedback on your nudes that quickly, and even though, yes, they're really important to me, and I can't stop thinking about them or getting any of my work done, and my presentation suffered greatly for my lack of focus. I expect you're prepared for a little payback, and after I sent you my schedule so this wouldn't happen again even. Hey, you wouldn't have asked me for my meeting time so that you could send those to me at the worst possible moment, would you? I already know the answer to that, so why don't you tell me this? Why can I never get enough of you? Be careful today. I'm never careful any day, so... I'm serious this time. Iapetus is in the field today. I don't know where he's fighting, but you should be careful. Jeez, you worry too much. Obviously, because you give me so much to worry about. I mean, are you really worried? His ship self is actually not that scary. Not as scary as mine. As if that was the thing I was worried about. What then? Oh, ew, God, I'm not even thinking about letting our mutual ex touch me. I won't even fight him. I'll curve him the second his tides so much as tremble against my plating. Why would you worry? I don't even slightly hate him less than you do. There's no possible way you hate him more than I do, but that's not the issue. God, imagine dating your boss. Sounds terrible. That's never the issue with him. Hating him hasn't made him any easier to deal with. We were kids, though. We were older and wiser now. What's worse? Good. LMAO. Or at least you are, Mercury. Hardly. Or I wouldn't be telling you. You remember how I just casually linger his fingers a second too long on your shoulder? In front of everyone? Ugh, it was so gross. Oh, they were kids. Oh, it was so gross. And I loved the attention every time. Made me so smug. I loved it. It was gross. I hate him. Do you love yourself enough to not fall for it again? I definitely hate him enough to not fall for it. Do you? No. Obviously. I'm still in celestial mechanics, so how do you think I feel? Literal worst person in space, no contest. Yeah, that's... and how it goes. Yikes. You're soaring. You've got a stupid idiot who loves you, and you get to do research and never have to deal with him again. And with this ship self, we'll have the future. And no matter what, I'll make sure he won't. Deep dive. The oxygen ocean serves as both fuel yard and terraforming engine for planet Ares, and it's the perfect hiding place for the migrating celestial mechanics fleet. But deep down, something is reaching up for them. 400mm kiss. Oh, wait. Megameter? It's megameter. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop escape and resupply routes to the resting celestial mechanics fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble. But what's the chance of that? I like things in the ocean. Saturn, what are you doing? Disabling all comms and the diving supports, and oh, you're still here? I thought I cut this channel too. Well, I should go ahead and shut it. Don't you dare cut me off. You can listen if you promise not to whine or stop me. I will do no such thing, and you cannot make a deal with me. I'm simply stating a fact, not making an argument. Ugh, just why, Saturn? Why are you an incorrigible, petulant nightmare? After you were probationally forgiven for doing a very good job not getting the string of pearls ruined or captured, and Command even decided to give you the job of sparking the gravity engine that will take our fleet back to the native sphere, I would think you wouldn't be so into pressing your luck recklessly. But everyone except for you is so annoying. They're annoying because whatever is causing the tidal interference from the bottom of the oxygen ocean is almost certainly that Cradle Grace's weapon, and they have no reason to believe you're going to be loyal. Every single second of the day, you are horrid and undisciplined, and your brief periods of obedience only seem to exist to throw everyone off later. I mean, if you want me to cover for you, you have to play along a little. Why are you like this? Years of encouragement and grooming followed by abandonment and neglect. You know that. Same as you. And same for that pilot you're after too. Is that why? In a different way, but I think so. Enemy or not, I want to talk. I think I'm getting somewhere. And I'm not going to get to talk if you all are interfering. What if she doesn't want to just talk? Then you'll really appreciate me cutting the cables before she pulls all of you down there with me. Why is it so important anyway? You'll really jeopardize the whole operation for that? Why, you don't think I have my own cutting master plan? It's way better than his. Supposedly nothing can stop the Krun macula. Isn't it better to find out if that's true sooner than later? Fight her or talk, which is it? Are they any different? Anyways, don't worry when the connection accidentally breaks. I'll be fine, promise. And you will be too. Share a secret moment deep down. Get in a tug of war above the waves. The balance shifts because Pluto tugs and Saturn yields. The oxygen ocean is a beautiful place because everything about it destroys everything else. You can enjoy complete privacy under the curtain of the oxygen steam, drink all the fuel and air you want, and no vessel can survive the temperature and pressure conditions down below. You can float as long as you want, or until your hull turns brittle and breaks, or your organic components oxidize and explode. Celestial Mechanics has covered their wayward pilot's machine in temporary armor layers to seal out the unknown interference of gravity and seeping oxygen. The additional temporary armor layers might not be necessary, but they also might be. The Celestial Mechanics fleet tenders lower the string of pearls in slowly, just to make absolutely sure. It feels wonderfully cold, like a spare blanket taken from the attic in winter. Pluto is there, deep, deep down, and when Saturn slips in, she feels the ripples, as if they were in opposite ends of the same, perfectly still pool. The feeling is wonderful. Saturn's surprised that's true. How do you know that? Wait, who is you? How do I know what? Saturn? Who are you talking to? We're asking for confirmation to lower you. Yeah, I've been ready. Sorry, I got distracted. You must be if you're apologizing. There's someone down there. She's speaking to me. No. She's trying to eat me alive. Or maybe. It's really hard to tell the difference. Awesome. It's familiar. I'm so stoked. Take me down. The ocean boils wherever she touches it, even with external equipment. There's no way to rely on sight, and the paramagnetic influence is too erratic for the sensors to process. She can only feel her way, for both of them. The cable on your left is extremely important. It's the only way we have of communicating and monitoring your situation. Uh-huh. So, you'll need to be extremely careful with it. Are you listening? Yes, but not to you. Shh. There's definitely someone here. Lower me. It's reaching out. Saturn feels funny. Something's not quite right. Yeah, this track does fuck. Oh my god. Like something's watching her. It's like someone's watching me. But it's also not like someone's watching me. It's like something's watching her, but something isn't watching her. Yeah, the clicks are good. It's touching me. Something is touching Saturn. Its hands see her, and they also speak. It's saying something. The ocean ripples with boredom. It's really boring down here. But what else is Pluto going to do? Some girls get stuck with the worst jobs. But I've got to do it. With nothing to do but send insinuations through the narration. So, you coming or what? I've got her again. Tidal spike detected. Mass gravity alert. Lower me further. Saturn, we're pulling you out. I don't feel like I can form an opinion on this yet, but having a mech so strong, like, having a mech so big that it warps space-time and also causes you to, like, affect the meta narrative. Good. Oh, not just yet. Hi, Saturn. Hi, Mercury. Sorry, I'm borrowing her for a little bit. Saturn's cockpit floods with alarm lights of an imminent high-intensity gravity event, but it's too late. A string of pearls discharges its electromagnetic field and delicately breaks off the winch. Saturn, what are you? The string of pearls cleanly slices off the left communication wire and the pulley system. The silence of the oxygen ocean reminds her of a sensory deprivation tank. What a good girl. Yeah, she pops up, goes, hi, and then snatches Saturn like a Leviathan. Ugh. I also truly, truly love that they gave Pluto the biggest mech. Hey, don't praise me like that. I wanted to speak to you again. Damn it, I cut both wires. Even ship-to-ship comms are down. Saturn, can you hear me? Would you hear me if I spoke with this ship? It's been such a long time since anyone could hear it. Pluto's tidal reactor pulses slowly. The thrum feels like it's coming from everywhere. Oh, I get it. You want to talk with gravity? Well, I'm not some miracle child, even though they tried very hard to make me as good as you. Saturn's reactor, an anxious little ball, is getting just so fed up with this. It's frustrating to not be understood. Would you know what that's like? You don't know how much I know. But I believe in you. If Saturn moves too much, she might forget what direction up is. The sensory deprivation of the ocean takes everything away. But she has to remember that's not true. They are two different kinds of new types. I don't believe you, but I'm trying. Oh, she's trying. Of course I'm trying. Come on, where am I? I hate people playing hard to get. She's blushing. I believe in you, but you gotta work for it. I can't do it. Sorry, but I'm cheating. The string of pearls electrotoxin shoots through the ocean. Like a bolt of lightning, it reaches out because it's attracted to you. It seeks the path of least resistance, looking for something that wants to respond. What it really does is run along the boundaries, theoretical and real. There's a place where the boundary between one thing and another is weakest, and it runs along the boundary until it finds it, and then it connects the two. Huh. Why is she doing that? Oh, it's what you're used to. Good at seeing weak spots. I've got a lot. Can you find them? Oh my god, she's teasing her so much. You can do it if you try. Maybe you need a little push. Like there's nothing. Not a single crack. Don't say you're not perfect. Don't make me do all the work. Hey, I like these characters a lot. They're really good. The pressure is overwhelming, but it's overwhelming for Pluto too. The Crone macula is like a little star, gushing matter and condensing it into an engine of light over and over. It was modeled after a theory of the Big Bang, after all. Made in secret on the planet Hades, on the boundary between what is human and what is not. It's a fragile boundary. You can touch it, but be careful. 1% of her power and she gets sent reeling. Yeah. This takes me back. Which is not fucking fair. Are you doing that on purpose? Always taking me to unpleasant paths. Is it taking you back? Sorry. But we can't help it. It's the first thing beneath our surfaces. It's hard for me too. It takes Saturn back to our first implant series, when they took to the most special children they could find and tried to cheat them into being even more special. Bypass all the work and care that had gone into the third generation pilots and kick them directly into humanity's next stage. Oh, poor baby. You ever get forced implants and then still want to be with the transhumanists. She's gone through a lot just with the people she's with. I can see why she might defect. Cheating, you should know, felt good. It felt wrong in a good way. It felt good in a way that felt obscene. It felt bad, like she was getting more than she deserved. Legion coded. True. Oh, you're saying that Saturn, the person who has to deal with the say a very vast mech named after, I don't know, the god of the dead? Ringing any bells here? I don't think so. Extremely creepy physical interface. They chose her, but she felt like she played a trick on them. Like that she lied and got candy for it. They knew that there was nothing special about her, and then they gave her the most special thing. If they knew how special it was and how much she didn't earn it, they would have given it to someone else. But they didn't. Even when they threw her away, she never forgot how that felt. Why is it always like this? Oh, baby. It takes Pluto back to when she was learning how to be a person. In space, they decided they would start over, without assumptions. Humanity would be protected by the most human children they could make. No matter how badly she did, no matter how much she wasn't up to how perfect they wanted, they never gave up on her. Oh, and everyone's telling her how perfect she is all the time. Oh, it must be miserable. That was the worst part. She wished so much they would give up. It was so hard. She just wanted to be the mess she really was, and they wouldn't let her. She knew it with her whole heart that she was supposed to be. She had it memorized, and she could never make it leave her body, become the things she did and the person she was. They let her be whatever she wanted, and she wasn't as strong and smart and pretty enough to be it. Oh, relatable. Both of them remember. Reaching through the wall to the one on the other side. Wishing so hard to hold hands, it feels like you really are. 2 pebbles dropped in a pond, but your ripples touching are enough. I love how these are drawn, because for Saturn, she's just fully disassociating from everything, trying to just like make it through, and Pluto is like so completely isolated because of how much is put on her. Oh, good. So much conveyed through just two little panels. No one knows, and even the 2 of you almost don't. Never say it out loud. Never think it too loud. It sounds so sad when you put it like that. Why don't you show me things that stop making me jealous? Oh, you got it. You're touching me. I can hear you through the contact link. You got me that good, and that's what you have to say? You're the one who got me. You did it. You found me. You're clever. It's amazing. You don't need to flatter me. I won't feel better. This game is so good. I love that Saturn is taking everything she says as, like, it's got a fucking edge to it, and Pluto is just being so genuine all the time. Not to, something about having been in really bad exploitative relationships and thinking that everything is conditional. I'm not. You better. I promise. Why am I so scared and you're so not? That's just me. Sorry I'm like this. Well, you can flatter me a little. You're a little needy, huh? Didn't I just say I had you? Didn't you say I just had you? You do. You can do whatever you want now. Why did you do this? You're both a little needy. You came after me, so it's only fair I came after you. Don't say it's only fair. Say I'm amazing and important, and you came after me specifically. You're totally not needy, huh? Give me a better answer. I want to know why it's me. I don't have one. There are so few of us left, I've got to cling to everyone. Aww. But I love that you're scared and you believe anyway. I think you're one of the only people who can make something change. Pluto's so good. And there's no time left. Is that a proposal to join your side? Yeah. What if I refuse? Then give a good reason for me to join you. You're even more impulsive than me. You can start to see why I fight, can't you? The way I'm starting to see like you do. Show me something important and I'll be yours too. But you're definitely not going to go quietly, are you? No? If I let you go, will you promise not to crush yourself and me and literally everything? This time, you mean? Yeah. I think I can do that. Say hi to Mercury for me. I'll see you again soon, baby. I love them both. I love them both. Captain told me to thank you for the data stream. You are very welcome. Do you have new results for me? Yes, I'll encrypt them. Yeah, the threat of this time, really good. This is gonna... I'm gonna be feral. It's gonna take me like 3 weeks to finish this game too, at least. Thank you, you're the best. I guess there's no point in asking what you want them for. Saturn Flustered is really cute. She blushy. Bird face. How afraid should I be? I'm just trying to fulfill our mission, Mercury. You know that. I'm going to tell him you're as inscrutable and petulant as ever. Aw, please. I don't want your hubby to hate me. Yeah, she tries to be all smug and bratty, and then Pluto's Pluto, and she's all like, yeah, blush, blush, blush. Good. Good. Why do you always call Ganymede the captain anyway, lol? Why do you call the captain baby girl? Can we stop talking and drive for a minute? Oh, you went through it in 13 uninterrupted hours? Oh my god. I couldn't do it. I would die. I would die. I would die. Around hour 5, I would be, like, my brain would be goo. Because some of us have the sense of discretion. Aw, Captain's pet is so well behaved. You're one to talk, Saturn. You're going to end up at the pound one of these days if you go through any more superior officers. No, it's cute you both tidally locked that quick. You're making all the lesbians jealous. And act like it, Saturn. And I will not apologize for locking it down. I've had my fill of being a pet. I don't really want to be a pet either. Maybe you are learning to love yourself. What I'd like is to be a toy. That's even worse. No, it's better. Plastic and metal can be molded into any kind of shape. You can smooth over and change whatever you want. You only have to accept the interference you're designed for. The toy never gets to do anything. It just sits there looking pretty. I can't talk about my bad gender emotions on stream. That's weird. Mercury, what do you think I want? Don't you love how our ship selves evoke so much? Just by being plastic in the silhouette of a human, not being able to heal after every time it gets hurt, having poison electro claws. You want to defend yourself, but you don't want to take any damage for it. You want to be moldable, but you always want to be able to spring back if you have to. These beam weapons are my fingertips. This chassis is my tits. But they're also beam weapons and impenetrable chassis. And they can shred the plastic all they want, but they can't touch me. Plastic can't get hurt. But you still can be. Don't forget. People fawn over objects. They worship them. I want to be the product they obsess over. Thought you were getting tired of getting thrown away. I am not for individual retail sale. I'm a luxury few can afford. Look, don't touch. One of a kind, not sold in stores. I'm gonna go see if I can find a cough drop. I like this game and I don't want to die. Have fun looking at Edelgard. Oh, we're telling stories. This combo is where I knew the writer was trans. That's so true. I have cough drops. I'm gonna put a few in here so I can just take them whenever I want. You people need to... Oh, I left my... Lily... Mmm. Honey and menthol, my two favorite things. Oh, okay. Cool. New cough just dropped. I hope not. I don't need a new cough. Subject: Annual Academy Student Rating. Origin: Colony Server Force Extraction. Author: Memorial Foundation Space Academy Archives. Subject: Nick's Final Resignation. Origin: Memorial Foundation Evidence Locker. Oh wait, I should actually read it. I won't rate them, they're still learning. Given this, Halamede is underperforming based on the expectations you set out for her. I told you the projections were completely divorced from reality repeatedly for this very reason. The authority she may have wielded on Earth means nothing up here. I should add, because I know you will forget it as early as it is convenient, that she is performing very highly compared to her peer group in the specific areas that you seem to consider so highly. Yes, even compared to your Generation 1 aces. She has the potential to surpass them, so stop asking if she surpassed the top one yet. I'd prefer to keep those two as separate as possible for interpersonal reasons. Halamede is too competitive and easily impressed to not make me worry about placing her in close contact with the number one ace. The number one ace. Your attempts to put those two in the same room has not gone unnoticed by me. Do you just love drama, Iapetus, or is there something else you believe is more important than the health of our pilots? Nick's Final Resignation. Author: Special Counsel for the Prosecution of Dr. Nix. In these moments, nothing is more painful than being patronized, but you couldn't even spare me that. I can't understand why you thought me to be that naive, though I really did know. They thought a world where the children were together and free and could write their own future sounded wonderful. We didn't even get close for them to understand that's not what they wanted. I knew it from the start. I regret only that I didn't get further before they noticed. You are asking for my resignation, but there's nowhere else for me to go. And there's nowhere else for those children to go either. I won't let you have them, and I won't let you crush them back to their earthly shapes. What you are asking instead is for me to declare war. So I will do so, and we will see if Earth's tides are truly powerful enough to crush the new humanity rejected. Nick seems cool. Cool. I love when people defend people who need defending. 400 kiss. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop escape and resupply routes to the resting Celestial Mechanics fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble, but what's the chance of that? Launch. Lunaterra time. No, go ahead. Take your time. We're not dying yet or anything. You know, fighting officially on Ares is a lot less fun than I was promised it would be. It's real work, Saturn. I thought that's what all of that getting back on our good side was all about. Everyone's out here playing Armored Core, and I'm just like, we have Armored Core at home. Usually that means it's worse, but I'm here for it. Gotta have a mech fight in a city. They shouldn't have done such a good job of hiding in the oxygen ocean then. You could maybe stage an attack from the Olympus ruins. But not even Cradle's Graces is precious enough to defend them. I love Sapphic Robot Wars. Memorial Foundation is thorough enough to watch over it. Of course, only they would be that annoying. There's recent activity there and they want an investigation. They're just being paranoid. That's a stupid plan, and they're only sending someone there to waste their time chancing we're dumb. Or baiting us. Would they really send their ace if that was the case? Wait, that old Memorial Foundation warhorse, you mean? Why didn't you tell me the most important part first? Coordinates, please. Oh my god, if Super Robot Wars included, heaven will be mine at some point. Not to be like this, but... if you like this game, you'll like Friends at the Table. I'm begging you, wearing my Friends at the Table t-shirt. Listen to Friends at the Table. It's all sapphic mech. Well, the mech stuff is. We've got it all. We've got idiot bisexual. We've got, goddess who married her robot. We've got, please let me get out of this war. I want nothing more to stop being a weapon. And we've got, I love being a weapon, and actually I should really super commit to it. It's okay. I know plenty of people who have podcast immunity. I still have to say it because I have the brain worms. Yeah, I'm feeling like, you know, Comanda's right, actually. So true, bestie. That area needs some really thorough investigation, just to be sure. Oh, she's gonna thoroughly investigate her. I can't wait for Armor Stir where I get to use you as a weapon. I'm very excited to, like, show what the deep is like. Because I know what the deep's deal is, and it's good, and I'm excited, and... Oh, did you know that you made a really good character, Lorelai? Oh, I figured it out a while ago, but, you know... You do always make good characters. I still think about Tucker, so, you know... What's with the sudden enthusiasm? It's really not... No, wait, it is exactly like you. When you said you fought off the Mercurium pilot, what were you actually doing? I don't know what you're talking about, Mercury. I was so dutiful and brought this back in one piece, so that means I won. So don't worry about it. Listen. I think about all your characters. I also think about your silly chicken. I want to have more, I like our characters. I'm thinking about Nova now. You're welcome. Why are you like this? Saturn gets no-scoped by Lunaterra. Lunaterra gets a point-blank encounter. I like Nova. The balance shifts because Saturn moved and Lunaterra couldn't. Fedora episode 3, when? You're the one who writes it. Oh, I'm gonna love it. Good. Got you. She does. Saturn is as good as already down. But so is Lunaterra. Got you too. Pure spite got Saturn this far, and it will get her even further. Even farther. She takes aim and fires. Lunaterra, perfectly still for the perfect shot, is perfectly unable to get out of the way in time. Saturn's string of pearls is laid out flat on her back, creaking and twitching, and Lunaterra's mercury falls from her sniper spot like a burning star. I'm excited to do the betrayal stuff. It's gonna be good. Lunaterra wakes up first, but her flight unit is shot. It's hard to hide a ship that can't fly in a city, but the mercury is full of unfair tricks. Shooting her down is just the beginning. You have to catch her next. That's alright with Saturn. She's already at her best when everyone is in the dirt. When she wakes up, she's ready. She might be in worse shape than Lunaterra, but worse shape is her best. You just want Lunaterra to leave you twitching? Can't believe there's gay people in my chat. Good for you. String of pearls skirts along the half-constructed city with the shape of ruins and the pristine finish of plastic toys still in their boxes, looking for the hole Lunaterra is nestled in, and dodging her shots of protest. Reboot took longer than I thought, but ready or not, here I come. Hey, come out, come out, come out. You almost got me the last time you poked your head out to shoot. Try again. Aw, come on. I'm not babbling to trick you or anything. I'm just having a great time here. I'd love it if you'd stop making me feel like I'm just talking to myself. I can hear you just fine, Saturn. What? This isn't exciting enough? I guess that's why you're the ace pilot, LT. I need to have you on the ropes to taunt you and dodge at the same time. An ear-splitting crash, impossible to tell which direction the shot came from. The cover around Saturn explodes. I'm an ace because I keep my priorities straight. That's not what I've heard. What have you heard? Yeah, keeping your priorities straight is the thing that you're the worst at. But it's pretty much your most obvious weak point. Maybe they don't know what my priorities are. You? Straight? I can't... I like her jacket. She's sexy. She's got a scar and a jacket. That's all I need. God. Is getting shot down by an idiot with no combat experience high on your priority list? The building next to Saturn explodes. I find it really interesting that it seems like so far, yeah, the tit strap's really good. Much like Saturn, I have a desperate need to be shot by a trans woman nearly a decade older than me. You're so right for this. Is missing all the time high on your priority list? You really are a brat. Is getting harassed constantly by flirtatious brats high on your priority list? Oh wow, she's just aiming right for the heart there. She is so bratty. You're really on your toes today. I can't hit you with anything. Yeah, I'm having fun too. What a mess. I don't know why I'm laughing about it. We're having so much fun. I'm glad you think so. It's a funny kind of date, if you put it that way. If this fighting is just play fighting, then keep fighting with me. You should be careful though. You never know what I might try next. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I've got so many plans for dragging you out in the sun. Like what? Are they working on me? Of course. Stop underestimating me. I'm executing several plans as we speak. You're not at all ready, Lunaterra. I'm not giving you any way out. You're not going to at least give me a hint? I'm at a disadvantage here. You can't trick me into giving it all away, but maybe you're right. Maybe I should be generous and let you know just a hint about one plan. Oh, you're generous. You should know this, but winning isn't my highest priority. It won't mean that I'm easy, though. Hey, we do think alike, at least on the first half of that. If you love winning, the stalemate of this whole conflict should bore you to tears. All that's left in space are second-choice pilots who suck at things like winning, no matter how good they are. I'm the second choice, but I'm a pilot that's here right now, and no one else would have thought of the plan I did. Oh, I'm a second choice too, or I wouldn't be here. Isn't that great a plan? You're not easy? Couldn't be me. I'm so easy. Really? You? Oh, it's not a good plan. It's just that no one else would do it. Because I'd have to be a freak to try and catch you on foot. The first choice would never be sent to space in the first place. That does sound like a crazy plan to me. What would you do if you found me, assuming I'm standing still? Saturn is a freak. I love her. I know it sounds like I'm showing off, but I couldn't beat you in a fair fight, so anything else is in my favor, right? Maybe it's the only one around that ghost ship of yours and how much of a genius you are. I can track any ship that I've hit once. I also have ways of being so hidden you could never find me. You're right. But you haven't used them. Maybe not. Also, did you know that your mercury has a manual bypass for opening the cockpit? Yes. Oh, good. But I'll knock anyway. The gentle hiss of I almost said pleasure. I mean, also pleasure. Pressure, and the cockpit opens. Hi. You look a little different. Not nearly so smug. And you look a lot different. I remember you now. You were such a good girl. I never would have thought that was you. You're smiling, Lunatera. Did something good just happen? You must really trust me to come unarmed. Why would I need to be? I win. I say I'm pretty dangerous, just like this. Oh, can I do a second take on this? I'd say I'm pretty dangerous, just like this. You think of everything. Never mind. You do look infuriatingly smug for someone I just beat. Saturn's like, I am a short-ass brat, but I can and will dom you. Step away from the controls. Sure. Sure. I'm not laughing at you. I'm impressed, you know? Even still, even in a fake fight you have no respect for. No one takes me this seriously. I'm the Memorial Foundation ace, but just by default, after the good ones left. So I don't mind losing to you, since you think I'm so cool. Lunatera kneels by the controls, hands up. They're still in reach. Saturn climbs into the open hatch. Where is that tweet I saw this morning that was like, I want to be in a cockpit with a mech pilot and sit on their lap. Or I want to be the pilot and have someone sit on my lap. Verse for verse anarchy is good. That's good. Good description. No sudden movements. And I don't think you're cool. What do you want now? My ship? Me? They're both useless. Oh, you're so transgender. I'll decide that. I don't need your ship out of commission. I'm going to be much cooler than you very soon. And then I'll beat you sort of fair and square. But maybe I should reprogram this ship to be absolutely sure. Lunatera whips her around so fast Saturn's pinned in the cockpit seat before she can tell how it happened. Sorry, but touching there isn't allowed. So, then where is touching allowed? You are absolutely much more dangerous without a gun. LT's hand is on Saturn's collar, and her other is on Saturn's wrist. Saturn slips her free hand down LT's arm. She's grabbed by the scruff and still so smug and delighted with herself. Good. Listen, she's just a really good brat. So, how about here? That's fine. How about here? I won't stop you. You don't mind if I touch your face, but you won't let me touch your ship? Something about what your actual body is versus what you, like, don't really consider your body anymore. Some places on the ship are fine. Some places on me are fine. Some places on me are fine. Which do you want to know about right now? Most and best Brad in space. Confetti. Is this... Damn it! How's unbuttoning my shirt... Oh, whoops. So, how's unbuttoning my shirt going? It's harder than it looks at that angle with just one hand, huh? Just make out with me, you heinous bitch! Lunaterra had this idea, but instead she forgets it. She finds she's let her grip go slack, and Saturn's nearly leapt out of the chair to kiss her. She's 6'1". That thought is a little surprising, but her body made the right call, and the moments in between when she was too busy overthinking it. Saturn seems a little mad about that smug face Lunaterra is making, and bites Lunaterra's lip as they kiss. It doesn't encourage Lunaterra to stop being like that. This is absolutely insane. God, that line. You ever bite someone's lip and it makes them so much less normal? It's happened to me and it could happen to you. Are you kidding? What could possibly be a better use of your time? Don't tell me duty is why you're fighting out here. You would have stopped me before I opened the hatch. You're not just here for fun. You're not doing this just because there's no point and you're killing time before the war collapses one way or another. Obviously, I can be sure and still make out with you. Would it disappoint you if I wasn't? Oh, don't make that face. I can tell it would. I did read that Calliope fic. I am so normal about that Calliope fic. Oh, I can't think about that in public. How could you do this to me on live TV? Knife play on biting on the first 2 dates. They're so right for this. Everyone in this chat is clearly so very normal about things. I'm always saying this. Listen, if I can't be horny in this game, where the fuck am I gonna do it? I already played Mass Effect. It's not the same. I guess I could play Baldur's Gate, but I don't want to buy Baldur's Gate. Oh my god, I could be normal about Shadowheart on stream. Much to consider. That's good though. I feel the same way. Mainstream AAA games, sex scenes. Only the good ones. Heaven will be mine, even hornier. Mecha fights. You're right. That's good though. If I feel the same way. I wouldn't have let you flirt if that's just all you were. How can you be sure? I love when 2 broken girls just flirt real hard. It looks like something, like I know something you don't. Even if it's just the one thing. I'm always the last to know. You always make it seem like you know what you're doing. I'm just acting on instinct. My body knows what to do. Then you should be asking her. Yeah, I fully believe that. Like, I fully believe that, Lorelai. Like, there's just so much more you can do in writing, I feel, than... I mean, like, you can do good things in animation, but I've always been a writing person. Ask your body how she feels about it is, woo! You ever just, like, are traumatized and, disconnect from your body? I understand. She'll know just what to do. September 12th, 1963. That's when the first and last artificial colony of the native sphere was completed, in the tranquil bowl of stable gravity at Lagrange Point 5. As the front line against existential threats, a training facility for a generation of humans adapted to fight in space. As a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, die, and be born. Also, okay, the thing is, I'm mostly normal about Shadowheart fan art, which is, like, people's imaginations are stronger than the game. That's just how it goes. With the hope that peace on Earth would reign if we won this war in heaven. Without pressure, water boils off our tongues, and we dissolve into component parts. Without culture, we forget the shapes we're supposed to have, and turn inside out, into something else. Out of necessity, we created a pressurized environment, exerting enough gravitational pressure to maintain cohesion, in all senses, in space, a ship self to ferry us through the world. They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. It was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous. Of the humans the Earth no longer wanted, flying on zero-G wings. Dr. Nix, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation Existential Expansion. July 29th, 1958. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority in the spirit of unified human peace and the verified presence of an existential threat outside the solar system to establish a cultural, military, and scientific response to existential threats. No longer confined to Earth, a growing native sphere where our gravity reigns forever. Safety, research, and expansion. The three pillars of Memorial Foundation Space Branch will protect Earth from without as it has from within. Oh, what could these three branches have to do with our three main characters? Free from the old world's gravity, it would be possible to advance science, art, and culture without constraint and join hands. All of Earth, finally, unified. For Memorial Foundation, protecting humans from other humans through peace on Earth and protecting humans from everything else through war in heaven would fulfill both of our agendas simultaneously. We really, foolishly, decided we could do better. There are two errors for this approach. The first is that we do better in heaven is meaningless if it cannot be exported to Earth. The space program was never rejected by the surface. It simply did not have enough relevance to sustain interest. The second error is the intrinsic error of the Memorial Foundation. The existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. The designation of an alien is required by humans. We cannot trick an existential threat into a convenient manifestation. As it has always been, only humans can fulfill the criteria to be alien. Europa, Chief Officer, Memorial Foundation Existential Safety. January 2nd, 1980. That's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. It was a real shame. It was green, wet, and a very beautiful place. Now it's a very cold, green, wet, and very unsettling place. It's where we did a lot of legitimately incredible things, like create sustainable tidal reactors, new culture, experiment with human bodies and human development, manufacture self-sufficient alter egos for space exploration, and did everything other than successfully combat the unknowable existential threat. Earth and the Memorial Foundation Service considers that a failure, but in truth they're not trying hard enough. Nora, you just missed the horniest scene in video games ever. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. Through imagining, humans chart out what is true. They invent, with human effort, what exists. If an existential threat doesn't exist, we just have to make one. But of course it doesn't work like that. Nothing could be more difficult than creating something alien. Our only reference points are humans, so the idea of something alien is unimaginable, because we cannot imagine outside of those terms. There's a certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien. But before they blew it up, we got very close. Iapetus, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation Existential Research. He sucks. Oh my god, it was so good. Smug absolute brat who fails to take off someone's jacket. Shout out to tall women who consider yourself worthless. I love you, and also same. I'm just not tall. Root core reformatting, 67% complete. Awaiting flight path input. Saturn might be a little bit stupid. Yeah. Manual inject, extract, CM flight path. Forcibly extracting coordinates. Coordinates received. Flight path passes through former pilot training school, Lagrange colony. Uh-oh, trauma coming. Receiving new mission assignments. Good thing I've never been horny. No comment. Error block from ship south side. Manual inject, scan virus. Manual inject, extract. 3 viruses detected and deleted. You have new mission assignments. Colony, reclaim tidal reactor from Colony Core before Memorial Foundation. Colony, prevent theft of entire colony by Cradle's graces. Oh no, you were busy with your girlfriend. Ooh. Accept orders? Well, now. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Lagrange colony. 50% gravity. Don't make it sound like I hate following command any less than you. Don't worry. I would never doubt that. Well, what did you bring to the potluck, by the way? Hey, Mercury. Why are you still at Celestial Mechanics? Why are you? If you still are, that is. You're the one who can choose. Mercury. Whoa. Yum. Oh, don't. If you hadn't hijacked String of Pearls, you'd be here like me, waiting. Oh, no, I know about, I was an electrical engineer. I know about the physics. I'm aware. Yeah. I appreciate it, though. Did a lot of fucking calculus. I did so much calculus, I like to joke that I forgot how to do normal math. To see if it's true that we can be what comes after being human. I don't want that for you. I certainly don't trust or believe in celestial mechanics or Iapetus, but wasn't that the worst part? Even after he decided we weren't good enough to be the chosen pilots, neither of us left. You know about Lagrange just because you watch Gundam. That's gay. You knew they wouldn't leave because we already wanted it too much. Do you still want that more than anything else? Name one thing about Gundam that's gay. It's the whole thing about using idealized bodies to fight people. That's as gay as you get, I'm sorry. Speaking of magical girls. Do you still want that more than anyone else? Anything else? I don't know. I know that's what I don't want. And it's just wrong. Char's outfit. Which one? The original one? I guess he's not Char after the original one. Oh, well, I mean, it's up to interpretation. Yeah, no, it is. Unless we're not talking about Jewish, but, it might not be Jewish. Because the mechs weren't Yuri. You want to play Baldur's Gate or your Yippee? You should watch me play this instead. You don't have to do anything. You just have to laugh at me. I don't know. I know what I don't want, and it's to have nothing to show for it. Oh, instead of G-Witch? The irony. It's true. That's funny. Nothing to show for what? Going to space, going to the academy, never having a chance to fight in the Cold War, not having a say either way, falling stupidly for the worst man alive. You were a kid. It's not fair to... I mean, I know how... I know. Even though you're a kid, you still blame yourself. You told the people about how we got engaged again? Thank you. I'm counting on you, Saturn, to give me something better than just the same Earth we left. You never have to worry about that. I only have the highest ambitions for us. Those girls you're flirting with better have a decent future for us, is all that I'm saying. That's gay. Sure, fine, okay. Only if it's a really good one. If nothing else, I'll make sure that he doesn't get the future he wanted. Any future, but the future he wants is good. Give me and Ganymede a good place there, and wherever and whenever it is. Subject: Nick's Resignation 2. Author: MS Celestial Mechanics Research Lead, Iapetus. Nix, you fundamentally misunderstood the purpose of pursuing the dream of space. I never sought to correct you, after all. All of the great things you have accomplished are the result of that misunderstanding. You believed that your dream, so universally loved, was loved because we wanted it to come true. This was not the case, of course, even though I think the Memorial Foundation truly believed they wanted the same as you. But as the tides of Earth turn, they realize in their own hearts that they are not the forefront of humanity's change, but slaves to its whims. To protect human culture means to always be at its beck and call, no matter what it becomes. And their dream is one of overwhelming power that will unlock the last mysteries and cement our authority together. What if your children achieved with freedom from gravity? Or what they achieved with freedom from gravity. We will have the power to determine on our own. I hope you can understand the depths of my gratitude to you for exploring these ideas, that they might one day belong to us. I think Nick should also be allowed to be locked in a room with Iapetus for a solid 20 minutes. Only good things could come from that. Unless they make out, that would be bad. Academy Student Research Records, Mercury. Origin, database leak. Author, Pilot Operations Manager, Europa. Of all the Generation 3 pilots, Mercury is far and away the one best suited to actually be a pilot. To the degree I'd be terrified of giving that position to any other one of Iapetus's nightmare brats. So there's absolutely no chance he'll be assigned, of course. He really is trying to maximize. What I want to impress, however, is that Mercury is still someone Iapetus chose personally for the pilot role when he served himself during the Cold War. Alongside the current second-tier candidate, Saturn. Mercury used to be a lot different, which is obvious. A lot of our pilots used to be a lot different, for reasons only space can explain. I think reducing it to Mercury's personal stake is an incomplete a reading as it would be for any of the other pilots in celestial mechanics. Some of them even know exactly what they're doing. Mercury most at all. Space makes you trans. It's true. It's the cosmic radiation. I think reducing it to Mercury's personal estate is as incomplete a reading as it would be for any of the other pilots in celestial mechanics. Some of them even know exactly what they're doing, Mercury most of all. I don't think he has petulant grudges against humanity. He's just very critical. Becoming stars. The Lagrange colony is an uninhabitable husk, but Cradle's Graces still clings to it, quite literally. Pluto's dream might collapse under its own weight, or crush Saturn under it. Or deeper cuts. In the Garden District, closest to the malfunctioning and broken tidal reactor that kept the colony together, time and space aren't quite right. It's the perfect place for a real fight. How deep under Lunaterra's skin do you think she can get? Oh, I wanna do the Pluto one. The Lunaterra, good. No, I'm gonna do the Pluto one. People might not know this, but my favorite character in Mass Effect is Jack. Big surprise. So this is the exact kind of shit I'm here for. The whole colony. It's so refreshing to see you surprised for once, Saturn. I am soaking it in. Mercury, but seriously? He wants me to stop Cradle's Graces from taking the entire colony out of the Lagrange point? Why? Why would they do that? Why would we care enough to stop them from trying? The colony should just rot. It's over. There's nothing left there. Cradle's Graces wants those memories to live again. We need to discard Earth completely and start something new. It's an anchor pulling us back home. The success of opening the gravity well on the moon will depend completely on how much is holding us down. Even weak gravity like that. That's more than just stopping her, then. You want me to destroy the colony. That's the mission, yes. Not that I'm the greatest, but isn't that basically impossible for me? It's huge. There are smaller moons. Do your best, then. The less memories, the better. I thought you didn't have any problems. The colony should just rot. That's a funny joke. We both went through the same shit. Don't ask me that. Every happy memory is made retroactively disgusting by the sort of person Iapetus turned out to be. I hate him so much. I will never get over how much. Saturn. Yes, Mercury. Then why are you still pretending to be with celestial mechanics? Why are you doing this? Is the real question, Mercury. You know him like I do, so why are you still here? I apparently have enough power to destroy a colony, but I can ditch him whenever I want. Leave celestial mechanics, take Ganymede. I'll protect you. I'll make sure there's a good future in the end. You absolutely will not be fine if I leave. Of course I don't trust him at all, but he wants what I want. It's what you want too. I can't trust him on anything else, but I can trust him on that. Under no circumstances you gotta hand it to him, bud. Even if he's just doing this for his own gain, with some other agenda in mind, he's truly going to give us this. Ugh, disgusting. That's what I fell for, so stop reminding me. That's why I trust you too, of course. Even though I shouldn't. I know you won't accept anything less than what you want. If you can even get half of that, it'll be more than enough for me. Battle in physical space for the future. Loyal, outcome favors celestial mechanics. Battle in narrative space for each other. Oh, good. I'm sorry I'm being loyal. I'm being a good girl. Pluto hesitates because she's not ready for this kind of fight, and Saturn is. The colony shines like a star until you're right on it. Then it looms, impossibly large. A translucent sphere, a drop of water suspended in space. I know it's... I want to just do the... I just want to do it to do it, you know? Gotta do it all at some point. Besides, I can do the fun things for last. Or, you know, we'll see. Listening beneath the drop of water. Yeah, I think that is what I'm gonna do. Just to see what it's like. Past the clouds that form in its crumbling artificial atmosphere, to the strange haze that... I know I'm gonna treble my playtime. What are you talking about? I love video game. What, you think I don't want to play more of this? Yeah, of course I want to check out each ending with each pilot. What do you think you think I'm not serious about this game? Hello? No, it's like, I do want to. I do explicitly want to do this. I'm here for the story. And I'm gonna absorb the story. It's possible to make out the fading light of the colony's collapsing systems. A massive jewel, like a clean slice taken out of the earth and floated in space until its gravity formed it into the tiniest planet. Even a tiny world is still a world. Who can touch this? Move it even by an inch? Much less move the earth by an inch. Pluto drifts slowly in orbit around the colony, waiting. Even if you don't know what to do sometimes, huh? I'm kinda stumped too, if I'm being honest, but sorry. Destroying it sounds way easier than whatever they're trying to make you do. The string of pearls skates along the outer edges of the colony's ice and atmosphere. She's having fun. She's playing. For just a moment, Pluto wonders what she's doing here. That's good to know. Oh no, Saturn. I'm happy to see you, but I was hoping I might be able to convince you to help me take it away. Oh yeah? Well, what made you think of that? For the same reason you thought you could convince me. Oh, because you like me? Or because you don't care for your side that much either? I care about all of us left here in space. It's amazing that you actually honestly do, but that's not what I asked, huh? There's not a lot of difference, but there's some really good stuff in the monologues. Well, I mean, you know, the fun part is I can edit these. But also, there's nothing wrong with going back and, like, rereading a text with more context. That's important, actually. There's a lot of ways to care about everyone up in space. Dragging a colony out of the Lagrange point yourself is one way to do it. There's another way to care about everyone up in space. You can show it by destroying this place too. You're saying that would free us from the past? But it won't make those memories go away. We're making something out of them so that time and pain won't be wasted. This is important to me, and I'll fight for real over it. Don't look at me like that. You'll make me sad. You really don't need to be the one to tell me, because I already know I'm doing something super dumb. I'm wondering if, since your gravity increases after every mission... Oh, you've watched every playthrough of it? That's dedication. That's really cool, actually. I wish I had the, like, attention span to do that. It must be really, really fun watching people, like, engage with, media you love. I mean, I know what it feels like, but, like, seeing that over and over again, just, like, it must be great. I wonder, what do you want? And why do you think you can get it from me? It's going to be a fight. Is that what you're after? The string of pearls presses its heel into the ice of the colony's atmosphere. Yes, even more so now. Didn't I teach you about the sunk cost fallacies in the academy? Memories should just be memories. Aww. That's a long time. That's Yuri. I miss Fake. That's why you kind of make me mad sometimes. I've been having this feeling you're going to do something way dumber and scarier than just fight me. Am I right? Because after I already said there wasn't anything you could do, after you were shaking and afraid from just being close enough to see me, it looks like I can trust you to come right back no matter how much I try and warn you. And trust you to come back twice as much. You're wasted on protecting this pointless ball of scrap. Whoever is ordering you around has no idea what they're doing. You're so right. But I'm still not going to let you through. You're wasted on Cradle's graces in general. And the rest of humanity too. The line's so funny for reasons. Oh, I can't wait to find out who's ordering her around. Don't try and push my buttons like that. I won't think it's cute. It's a lot of work to be a human. I'm not trying to be cute. I mean it. It's more for some humans than for others. You're not mad at the humans who got to be human for free? It's a privilege to be human. Have you forgotten why we're here? Because humans who wanted to be more human took the least human of us up here to see how much more human they could be. And now they want to throw you away after they learned everything they could from you. Don't you resent humanity? I do. What do you do when someone says you can't have something? This game is so transgender. It's physically punching me in the face. It's an incredible line. What do you do when someone says you can't have something? Do you think you should work twice as hard until you earn it? I don't. I want to smash it until no one can have it. You know, you're just like Lunaterra. Yeah, extremely trans, extremely mecha. Oh, it's a gem. Ugh. Please don't say that. You're merciless. She's damaged. It's in a good way. Not even then. Don't get me wrong. It just depresses me to see you wasted on all them. You should be having fun. You know, I wish I could come here just for that. Trans mecha, what's the difference? You're so right. You're so right. Just to have fun. Good. Have fun with me. I know you want to show me mercy. Lab rat to lab rat. A little bit of why not martyr yourself for us this time? For you vibes? Yeah. Mutant bitch to mutant bitch. That's not what we need though, is it? I want to see the you that's having nothing but fun. I'm still getting used to this body, but I think I can still surprise you with it. The girls are flirting. And you'd like that, right? Cutting loose with no gravity to tie you down. I think about that every day. It's so tempting. You've got to be ginger with the universe, you know, Saturn. Now that you're this strong, you've got to be careful. So much can go wrong. I'll make sure to be very careful with the universe you love. You don't have to hold back with me, though. Aren't I the only person you can go tide to tide with, holding nothing back? That's a big promise. I don't want to come off as full of myself, but I don't want you to underestimate me either. Plastic girl to plastic girl. I wouldn't patronize you like that. It's tempting. But I wonder if you're really ready. You wouldn't mind getting your ship self-broken and dragged back for the Cradle's Grace's team Dreamlab to do what who knows what to? What? Is that supposed to sound bad? Plastic girl to plastic girl! It's so me. It's so me. You really are. Oh, fine. I'm going to start easy, okay? They've flirted enough, so neither is in the mood to lie. So no holding back. A lie to others about how strong you are. And no mercy. A lie to yourself about how strong someone else is. Pluto like, I might break you, and Saturn's just like, fuck yes, please. Relatable. And she's so right for that. When Pluto opens her arms wide enough for her gravity to condense, pull and tear through space, she's trusting Saturn can handle the pressure. She has faith Saturn will outdo her. Saturn meets Pluto's expectations with just a little bit of convulsing and shuddering. Then she exceeds them by darting like a bullet, a little hot arrow of danger and just as dangerous to the touch. Cruan Macula is a big target, but Saturn isn't going to be lazy this time. This is the time to be precise, to throw everything in on the vector she's flying along, to not let Pluto's tidal forces budge her by a millimeter. Which is good, because even then, she only barely grazes Pluto. Pluto's faster than you could ever imagine. The universe moves away, bending to not hit her, with tides that say, oh, coming into orbit is fine, but no touching. That you have to work for. That Saturn dared anyway is very bold of her. The burn on Cruan Macula where Saturn's light passed over Pluto's strings only a little, but it was close. So Pluto takes her seriously and grabs the string of pearls by the tail, flings her into the colony's surface and dives after her. String of pearls is so pretty. What if Mech was Pink Bunny? Saturn is basking in the bounty of attention. It requires all of Pluto's gravitational forces to keep her contained. The string of pearls makes her feel like goo, like a cartoon, like a liquid, and with it, she's as slippery and untouchable too. That tweet, or wait, it's the Tumblr post? It's the Tumblr post. It's like, why wouldn't mech pilots leak in their seat? That's what's happening here. Others would shatter under the pressure, but String of Pearls bulges and squishes. Pluto pulls and pushes, trying to force her in a space that will sit still. Yeah, the post about mech cockpits full of goo. Mechs are so horny. And we love them for it. Trying to force her in a space that will sit still long enough she can deal with it. Saturn squeals in excitement until she can stop giggling long enough to push Pluto off with an electric burn. Pluto can't help but laugh too. It's funny how... This is a very lightly disguised sex scene, and I love it. It's funny how much nothing is working even though she's trying as hard as she can. It's not even disguised. Like, it's just explicit. Nothing is working even though she's trying as hard as she can. That makes her want to work as hard as she can. Lab-grown girls know. Vat-cultured girls know. Carefully indoctrinated, carefully raised, special gifted girls. They all know. Heroes want to hold us, but we don't need them at all. Rather than bandages and kindness, the sting of pressing wounds together is the medicine we need. No boy who wants to heal your wound is worth the one who will tell you that your wound is there. Fighting and fucking are basically the same thing. These are All of this is just immaculately written. I can't believe it. Me neither. This is so good. The writing's so good. It's just good. It's immaculate. I really thought I'd actually be the one beating you. You didn't lie though. You really could endure all of it. You really could endure it. All of it. The colony is much worse for wear. Saturn shattered against it many, many times. Pluto broke across it a few times too. It's shaking in the Lagrange point. You won, even though you lost. I had a lot of fun. I wouldn't have been able to have it with anyone else. I'm glad I trusted you not to lose. I cannot wait to see what the Pluto and Lunaterra scenes are like. Told you. Good girl. I should have never doubted one of us. Thank you. Thank you. We did our best, had the most fun we could have. When we get to the moon, don't forget. You could keep having fun just like this, if you let me show you the way. Day 6. 62%. The Pluto Lunaterra scenes contain most of my favorites. That's very exciting. Saturn, I would love it. Just love it. Yeah. If you messed everything up this time. Is this reverse psychology? Did I really reduce you to that? I'm a little impressed by your persistence in nagging me, but now I'm feeling like I pushed you to your limit. Shut up. As always, I am serious. Messing things up is literally the only thing in the world no one has ever needed to specifically tell me to do. And you keep yelling at me when I do. I've been looking into Iapetus's work on the Aversion Project. Oh. How much do you know? More than you know. Of course, it was always suspicious that Iapetus decided to support us. He was very insistent in his interest in taking humanity to the next stage. And if that's why any of us wanted to connect with the so-called existential threat, people who already had everything on Earth couldn't possibly understand. They just want even more for themselves. That's what I've thought too. Iapetus's plan is very attractive to certain factions in Memorial Foundation. Certain factions in Memorial Foundation really like the days when humanity was united against the existential threat. Why is this rich-ass cis-het white dude in the queer space group? Because he's trying to turn them into monsters, apparently. Except aliens aren't real. Okay, they're an nth-dimensional shadow cast by the gravitational impression of human culture and space-time, but that makes them a few shades short sort of real and much less dangerous than their cousins on Earth. And even those are so weak, kids with radios can take them out. Oh. 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 Cool! That explains a lot about the tech and We Know the Devil. Anyways, Pluto wiped them out. That was the whole plan. Since humanity doesn't care about them anymore, they would never expect that we would find a way to avert our tidal reactors and become the aliens ourselves. The only alien is what's alien to us, and that's fundamentally humanity. We're aliens to ourselves. F of X equals that which is human, that humans are not. And Iapetus isn't going to give up everything he has for that. You think he's lying about wanting to. I think he's lying about himself wanting to. Human that humans are not, huh? I think he's happy to let us complete the project and go home. Okay, so this is making my brain buzz. The bees in my brain are going wild. Thinking about how one group of people thinks that the the pressure that humans exert on themselves is the devil, and one group of people thinking that the pressure humans exert on themselves is aliens, and to both their threats, blood. I like writing. I think he's happy to let us complete the project and go home. Because he'll have exactly what he and the rest of humanity is longing for. A scapegoat. Someone to be an alien humanity could guiltlessly fight against. Yes. I'm fine with abandoning Earth. It hasn't given me anything. But not on his terms. Not ever. Don't worry, Mercury. I've got a plan. An eternal adversary, you might say. Yeah. Gotta create a reason for war. No matter what, it won't go his way. Okay, I'm gonna read my emails and then stop for the night. Subject, Re. Ganymede intercept, do not read Saturn. Author, Bridge Information Officer Mercury. I'm completely uninterested in communicating with Iapetus in any capacity that's not technically. I know my boundaries, but you're very nice to worry. I know you're not jealous because you do respect me, but don't make me worry. It's what I like about you. I know you're worried for me, not about me, and I appreciate that. But I do want to clarify things so you stop asking me about it, even though it is cute, and I do appreciate it. Really, I'm not just saying that. Please don't hear that in a passive-aggressive voice. But I've been meaning to ask this for a while. Is it okay that I believe in this? It's important to me that you understand that it's nothing to do with him. So, I worry that means you don't understand what it means for me. I don't believe humanity needs to be punished. I'm fine being human, but I think an important reminder is needed. Not alien in the sense of a foreign other that can bear all of our rage and hatred, but alien in the sense of casting our own futures into relief. I think what we see as a result should shame us, but there are many things we need to see. You'll probably say you support me and believe in me. Thank you. But you'll also say that it means something to you too. And that's really why I love you. String of Pearls Final Specifications. Iapetus Message Intercept. Author, Celestial Mechanics Ship Self-Design. This is actually what we've talked about. This is not what we talked about. Not by a mile. You know I don't actually have a moral compass that does not revolve around what's cool. So coming from me, just know it's my professional opinion that I'm not even sure that this is cool anymore. Creating theoretical matter is not even hard under laboratory conditions, and in space it's easy to sustain it. But the creation of exotic matter like electrotoxins can get really not fun. If you aren't careful. Oh yeah. Well, so yes and no, right? Because it really seems like he's war profiteering here more than anything else. Or, like, Iapetus is a predator, and he wants to always come out on top. So, like, you know, what's better to do than fucking create an eternal enemy for people to fight forever? A war forever against something that they can never defeat. Sounds like a way to make a whole lot of fucking money, if you ask me. Even if it's a nightmare. Fascism all the way down. Since you hate fun, I already know that's not what you're after. And you don't have to level with me or anything, that's fine. But I do want you to know that this thing is basically designed to degenerate as quickly as possible. The reactor tends towards diversion, and that will require a pilot I really would not want to meet, and a piloting style that no one should ever do. Eventually, it's going to drag the pilot down, and that's going to be really weird and ugly unless they are immediately destroyed. Clearly you want that. I mean, you've said so. But if they're going to have so much fun, let me try to convince you that you should set a self-destruct in there. Maybe something cool will happen when she averts and the ship itself keeps her anchored in space-time to mess everything up. If it's not, don't you want a backup option? I love that her ship will inevitably corrupt her. Yeah, maybe you should put a bomb inside her ship just in case. Ugh. Ugh. But, like, of course he doesn't want to put a bomb in the ship. Because he wants her to turn into a monster. Oh my god, this game is so good. This is also really making me want to go back to my silly, Fire Emblem Three Houses mech fanfiction. That would be... That... I wish I could do that, like, but I have too many things that I want to work on first, and I'm not, and... Writing is hard, because I'm not someone who has done a lot of writing. And to get better at writing, you write, but I am a very busy bee. Ugh, this game fucking rocks. Writing is hard every time. It is. Okay, I'm tired. I kind of had a long day. So I think I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, that is a chonky gravity well. It's a I should finish Sabrina Dora. I should. I really should. I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna stop for tonight.